Right, so I need to make some sort of way of, if that is, this is how, if we're looking down on the forks, that's the actual distance between the forks. So the clamps will be on there and I can rotate them. That bit there's, oh, no, come on, there. No, focus, focus, focus. Or don't then. But that's what's gonna clamp into the side there, so I need to make up some sort of bracket, and I'm just now going to just have a look around and see what I've got. The first thing that's come to hand, because I kind of need like a flat and then a circle bit. Let's see, kind of very crudely done, so that like a bit like that, and then like that, so that will bolt into the clamp that goes around there, and then obviously we got a bolt that can go that way through to hold the headlight on. First thing I've picked up is some, I think these look like they were mirror extensions, which I never used. I've obviously butchered them for some other purpose and driven this in there, but I wonder if there's potential within that for that kind of shape. We'll see. So I've still got a bit of cleaning up to do on the surface, just to make it look presentable. Probably should have put the soft jaws in, that's a bit annoying, never mind. But that's one done, and I think it fits, so that's taken me quite a long time to do that, because I managed to get most of the meat out with an angle grinder, and then a lot of it is just hand filing and then getting it to match where it sits in there. So now I've just got to repeat the entire process with this one. Little things take me all bloody day to do, but we're there, and they're both identical, which is good. I just need to clean up the file marks and stuff, and give them a coat of paint. God, that took a long time.
There on Planet Rock. Now I have an email from Tracy in Helston in Cornwall. Tracy writes, "Hi Toby, I love your show. Thank you very much. I usually listen whilst I'm cooking my veggie Sunday roast and always have a little dance around the kitchen. Anyway, you asked about pets and music. Although I don't really have an interesting story, my dog is called Razzle, named after the late great drummer.
So a few days later, the brackets have dried. Got some stainless grub screws, so it's time to assemble all this and see if it looks any good on the bike. Oh yeah, just to add, I've put in some extra, the 2 extra tapped holes for the grub screws, just to give it a little extra purchase. Okay, that's mounted up. Not completely finished yet. I need to cut some bolts down, get it aligned dead center, probably make some little spaces up. And I could, thinking about it now, I've kind of made these brackets here to be fixed in that space. What I should have done is maybe have a degree of movability, and then I could turn it around, although these wouldn't look as nice if they were cocked out. So I think, yeah, spaces are the better option there. But as you see, pretty low profile. Oops, let's get your hand out of the way, you dick. But yes, that all seems quite nice. The grub screw seem to be holding this in. Time will tell. We'll see the shakedown run. We'll see if we'll shake it off. But other than that, yeah, just got to work out some spaces now, which is not too much of a bother. That will probably be in the next video. Oh well, the reason that is pulled down is, shall I show you on this for now? I've had the lights, the indicators rather, and the brake light setup that I'm going to be using has turned up. So I'm just trying to decide whether to show you now. I could show you them and then we'll mount them up on the next one, because I've still got to do all the electrics and loom. So yeah. So over here we'll go on to the indicators and brake lights that I'll be using. Are the Highsider Proton 2s, I think they're called, and we can see one there. So the cool thing about these, number one, they are seriously tiny, extremely bright. I'll hook them up to a battery in a minute and show you. These are all E-marked, totally legal, SMD, surface mount diode technology, so allows for a much smaller unit and just as equally bright. So there are a pair of those for the front, and then these are the rears, because these also act as a brake and indicator. So it's going to be quite invisible type lighting on the bike. So on the back here, so they're going to mount somewhere, whoops, in there. I've just got to work out the kind of best place to make a little bracket. I didn't really want them coming off the shocks this side, but because they are so wee. But that being said, if they were sort of under there where I've mounted the indicators on these before, I still think you're gonna, I think you're gonna see them. I think you're definitely gonna see them, to be honest. And I'll show you now. So this is the, whoops, brake light. Let me just get the tripod set up and we'll give you a flash. Oh. Let's try and get this. Just check that you're going to be able to see. So if I hold it there, you'll be able to see it. Try and remember. I think the red one, weirdly the red one, which I thought was the brake light, I think is the indicator. Oh no, that's your, so red is brake, yellow, is that indicator? No, that's running light. So that's your running light, put your brake on. Just touching these on, that's what it's a bit. And then indicator. And I can't actually, I don't know how this is going to pick up on the camera, but I can't look at these for too long straight on, because they actually send the old eyeballs a bit funny. So let's try. Right, so that's with your brake light on, or your running light, sorry, and then we indicate, and because there's one on each side, so brake light's illuminated, this should quite happily, I've been told by my MOT, pass, and they are all E-marked. Shove all these on. There we go. They are the lights that are going on. So yeah, end of this video. So I'm pretty happy, I think, with the setup there. I know obviously, like I said, I need to make up my spacers or something and just check that everything's gonna be sturdy enough. I think that ring will be. If not, I'm gonna work out some sort of pinch bolt one or something like that, maybe. Yeah, we'll have a bit more of a play with it. I need to just sit back and have a look at it. But that's kind of fairly there. Indicators and brake we're sorted out on. So I've got to mount those. The rear ones I'm going to have to make up some brackets that will mount where the side mount is on those kind of tapped holes that are on the inside or the other side of the shock bolt. As I said, it looks a bit cleaner not having it on the actual shock bolt bit, but I might end up having to do that. Yeah, we'll see what how they look. And the front, so I've got these, which I think they were British Customs. I had my indicators on them years ago, and then certainly for the past few years I'd repurposed them as kind of like a headlight mount, if you remember. But they might go back on as indicator mounts, but it's quite funny really, because they are they're a beautiful indicator mount. They're stainless steel, very nice, but as you can see, that's a hell of a lot of mount for not much indicator. So whether or not they're a bit too much for them, maybe I can make something a little bit more discreet. The other thing is they are, when you saw I had the gator pulled down, because these indicators are so small, I'm just going to check they're not going to be hidden by the gator when that's on. Yeah, come on. No, this is probably picking up anyway, is it? I'm going to have to I'll bring the bloody camera in a bit closer. Ugh. Okay, so they mount underneath there. As you can see, they might be a little bit hidden by the gators because they are so tiny. So I'm either going to space them out a little bit, or make some slightly more delicate brackets for something that is so wee. We'll have a think on that. But there we go. That is it for this video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and yeah, join me next time when we get a bit more done. The logical step is probably going to be maybe get the wiring loom in there, and then I think once I've got that done, I say just that might take a little bit of fettling, but in terms of things I think I've got to do, it's just going to be whatever I do with the tank, shape the foam on the seat, get it recovered, probably some sort of heat shield for the exhaust. I think that's it. So yeah, until next time.